going on, everybody? Tonight we are going to be painting up this 3-inch lipless shad from Barlow's Tackle. I will of course have them linked in the description below if you want to get some for yourselves. Prior to painting this bait, I did prep it a little bit by sanding it with some 1000 grit sandpaper just to kind of roughen it up a little bit, because the blank is a very smooth one and there is no scale texture or anything to it. So I like to do that on those types of blanks just to give the paint a little bit something more to stick to. And the body on this one, the little joints there were pretty rough, so I kind of sanded those a little bit. Be careful not to sand too much where you might mess up the swimming action on the bait. The pattern we're going to be doing tonight is a pretty simple and fun one, and a couple of videos ago we had used this stencil on a crankbait, and there's discussion of stencils like this being expensive. So the one we're using tonight is going to be a much cheaper option that fits a lot of different blanks. That is this style of pattern specifically. So that is the main focus of tonight's video. The colors we're going to be doing, I want to be fairly vibrant, and since this bait is transparent, I am going to be starting off with a base coat of some opaque white. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the hairdryer, and then we'll do another pass. Tonight we're doing some very, very bright colors. That way you guys will be able to see the harsh contrast with that stencil. So the next color up is going to be a fluorescent yellow or chartreuse. I'm going to cover the entire bait in this color. It's pretty thin, so I will probably be doing 2 coats of that as well. Next color up is going to be the Laguna Blue. Game plan for the blue is we will be spraying the gill plate area with it, kind of fading it into that yellow. And then I want the whole back of the bait to be blue, and we'll kind of carry it down and fade it into the yellow somewhere along where the middle of the bait would be. Alright, next color up is going to be a fluorescent orange. So if you guys haven't figured it out by now, we're doing a fire tiger color scheme here. We're going to be doing the orange along the mouth right here. We'll kind of let it overspray, fade into our blue just a hair. And then I'm going to carry it down to this line tie, or the hook tie, and then kind of shoot it up onto the belly just a little bit. So that way from the side profile, we'll have a nice shade of that orange. Kind of want a little bit more of it on the blue, so I think I'm going to kind of do a circle motion around that eye socket there. And I'm going to go for a little bit down here on the back hook tie. Pretty juicy looking. Definitely some vibrant colors. All right, we're going to clean out the airbrush. We'll hair dry the bait, and then we'll come in with our stencil. All right, it is finally time to move on to our stencil, which I've used this in several videos, but I get a ton of people asking where they can find it. If you just search wire ribbon mesh, search that on Google or Amazon, you will find it. The ones I'm using, I picked up years ago from Hobby Lobby. I would assume they still have it. If they don't, I know for sure Amazon does. But wire ribbon mesh is the keywords that you're looking for there to get this stencil. I'm going to go ahead and get this clamped in place. Also, tip, always use one side. This side is what it looked like from the store, kind of that shiny silver gold color. And the reason I say to always try to spray on one side is so if you get any black paint on this side, it doesn't transfer to your bait. Because if you spray both sides, you'll end up with a lot of paint on there. I just use the paper clips to clamp those in place. The color we're going to be using a transparent black. That way we get some real strong contrast and you guys can see exactly what the stencil looks like. But otherwise we're going to cover the whole bait in the black. All right, we're gonna hair dry this. And we'll see what we got. I love using this stencil. I always end up, whoa, careful, such a crazy looking bait. Here is one thing that is important to note. See how this side's really crisp and all of our lines look sharp. And then this side kind of down in here, it gets a little fuzzy. I didn't have the stencil tight enough on the bait right there. So make sure it's tight, but not too tight because you don't want to scratch the bait. For the back of it, you got two options. Well, there's two things that I do. One, you can either darken the whole back of the bait, or what I like to try to do whenever I can, kind of slide that over that line tie. I think we'll do the front and then I'll do the back. I just put the stencil back in place, hold it in place with my hands. And there you go. Pretty dope looking stencil. Belly of the bait looks fine. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that on the belly too. A little bit harder to get it there on that curve, but I think we got it close enough. Also wanted to show you guys this one. We're just doing some crazy colors, but you can also use some more natural looking colors like this one. Using that same stencil, you still get some pretty, more of a realistic looking color pattern there. If you guys want to see this pattern, let me know. Been a while since I sprayed it. Also, if you do that wicked silver flare base and then black over top, looks incredible. And I like to call it the lava, do red and orange with black. all looks cool. If you guys want to see all of those as individual videos, let me know. This one, all we got left to do is glue in the eyes. Eyes I'm going to go for today are these neon orange ones. Kind of ties into our color combo and will hopefully stand out there amongst our other colors we got. I think last time I used these eyes, a bunch of people asked about them. These are also available at Barlow's Tackle. I will try to find the link, put it in the description below. If I forget, holler at me and I will add it. And there we have it. One finished, juicy looking, crazy fire tiger pattern, utilizing that wire ribbon mesh stencil. If you guys want to see those other videos using the stencil sooner rather than later, make sure and let me know in the comments below. Last thing that this bait needs is some clear coat, so I will get that taken care of, and then we can come back and take a look at what it looks like all finished up.